The August 17, 2026 work session is hereby called to order. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, City Manager Gepkin, staff, Forest Park residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the City Council Work Session meeting for Monday, August 17th, 2026. Mayor Ellison.
Here.
Councilmember James.
Present.
Councilmember Gunn.
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez.
Here.
Councilmember Akins Wells.
Here.
Councilmember Mears.
Here.
Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
Thank you. First on the agenda is the adoption of the agenda with any additions or deletions. Is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete? If not, is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the motion passes. The next item will be items that will be placed on the consent agenda during the regular session. Now to old business. Council consideration to enter into a contract with NCB Incorporated for grant administration and management services. Finance Department.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager Carl. This is an item that is being brought back to you. It was an RFP for us to bring in a grant administrator to manage the city's grant portfolio. And so we're just bringing it back to you to consider an award to the vendor.
We have some discussion.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, this has been brought back because this firm will not only manage the discussion, the grants, but it'll also assist in finding grants for Forest Park. Will assist in the application process, and during the application process and the budgeting, there's a line at the very bottom of the budget called indirect cost, and what we will look to have is to have that indirect cost fund, and it should, based on the grants that we should be able to get, fund this contract. So it really will be very beneficial to the city. Thank you, Mayor.
Any other discussion or comments? Okay, thank you. New business, council approval of an ordinance amending certain department names and establishing the office of the city clerk as a separate department.
Yes, good evening. So this is based off of the direction from the city council to create the office of the city clerk. We also went through and made some updates to the existing names. Fire department is Fire and Emergency Management Services, as well as code compliance instead of code enforcement. And so following this, there will be a resolution allocating the budget, and I'll let finance talk about that, but happy to address any questions on this ordinance.
Any questions, comments, discussion? Next item is council consideration to approve the FY 26-27 budget amendment number 6.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. City Manager. We're asking to consider the FY 26-27 budget amendment number 6. These amendments coincide with the creation of the Office of City Clerk, as well as taking care of code compliance. What we are doing here, and I can read what we're doing here, we are putting increasing the city clerk's budget about $70,876 to uh, to take care of the uh, the salaries as well as the overtime that we need to insert into the city clerk's budget. We also, at the same time, we are removing 127,757 from the police department and moving it back to code compliance to be able to fund the directorship job. Basically, that is it for the amendment for the 26-27. And this is something that we discussed with the city manager to make sure we can go this direction.
Thank you, Mayor. As Finance Director Wigginson had mentioned, this came out of the direction of City Council to make a recommendation. I think you all had said that, including the mayor, wanted to have a separate office of the city clerk, and every city should have a separate office of the city clerk because that position is repository of all files and keeps track of all codes and does code codification, and it really is its own separate department. And as you've all approved, for records management and making sure that we have the proper records retention policy, and that we can then also provide timely responses to FOIAs. So what the finance director has said is just to move the money around out of the executive budget into the office of city clerk department now as its own department, and to move the money for the department head, the director of code compliance. So it's housekeeping. And as is the prior ordinance, because the names were updated for fire and emergency, and planning and building, zoning is now planning and community development. It was parks and recreation, now recreation and leisure. Information technology was corrected, and of course, the addition of the office of the city clerk. So that too was housekeeping. Thank you, Mayor.
Good question, Mr. City Manager. Do we know how long it'll be before the records person is here?
I will give that to our city clerk to answer.
Thank you. We are in the process, we are recruiting that position now. We actually have candidates that we will be interviewing this week and next week. So hopefully by September 1, we'll have someone.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
then as far as code compliance, like how long will it be before that department is out of the police department? And we are like, where are we with that hiring?
Yeah, once we hire a director, because it would be premature at this point to move them out from under the police. Don't want to leave them just dangling out in the
Dangling out
middle of
there.
nowhere.
Right.
But in order to make sure that they're properly managed, but I have spoken with our HR director, and we are doing another major recruitment for that position. Of course, giving anyone internally, they have the first option. But there are plenty of people that do code and compliance work throughout the country, and also bring some very innovative ways to look at code compliance so we can address quality of life and improve the city. I mean, that's really the goal, is compliance.
Absolutely.
So,
Thank you.
Excuse me. Holiday. I didn't hear the last part. What did you say? How soon? Did you say what month were
We
you
are
looking at the start?
we are interviewing this week and next week, the candidates that have been selected
Mhm.
for interviews. So we should hopefully have someone on board by September 1.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Are we gonna be talking about the other positions that we spoke about with Parks and Rec, or is that something else?
Not yet. And no, that needs to be evolved into a proper, I need to sit down and look over Public Works, but I think I made the addition that the comment that state rights of way are actually our responsibility. And so to see how Public Works and their workload and the number of people, because that's something I do want to look at, and parks. So it's not just although I do believe what the Rec and Leisure Director Maxwell has stated as his need, I really would like to actually just verify that first.
No rush, I just was curious if this was included in there.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's our last item for the work session. Is there a motion to recess the work session and enter into executive session for the purpose of personnel, litigation, real estate, or cybersecurity?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Is there a motion to exit this executive session and reconvene the work session? So move. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. The August 17, 2026 regular session meeting is hereby called to order. Tonight's invocation will be delivered by Dr. Kenneth Payton, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand if you're able. Thank you.
Let us pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you, God, for this day. We thank you, God, for how you kept us all day long. Whatever activities, whatever job we had, you brought us to this point of the day, and we say thank you. Now, God, as we're assembled here tonight, we invoke your presence as we do business on behalf of this city. All of these things we pray in your Son, Jesus' name. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor, council members, City Manager Gefkin, staff, Forest Park residents, and guests. This is the roll call for the regular session meeting, Monday, August 17th, 2026. Mayor Ellison,
Here.
Councilmember James, Councilmember Gunn,
Here.
Councilmember Gutierrez, Councilmember Akins Wells.
Here.
Councilmember Mears.
Here.
Mayor Ellison, you have a quorum.
Thank you. On the adoption of the agenda, is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete? And if not, is there a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the motion carries. Approval of the minutes. Are there any recommended changes to the minutes for the work session meeting August 3rd or the regular session meeting August 3rd?
I just have one spelling of Mr. Haynes' name. It's spelled with a Y. Other than that, if there's no other changes, I will make a motion that we approve both the work session and the regular minutes with that change. Oh, apologize.
Did you hear that?
Okay. I said I have one spelling of Mr. Haynes' last name. It's spelled with a Y and not an I. And if that's the only change, I would make a motion to approve the work session, regular meeting, and the regular meeting with that change.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The minutes are approved with that one change. Next is the city clerk's report.
Good evening. I'll be providing a brief summary of the second quarter for 2026 for the clerk's office. And just noting that the clerk's office prepared 34 meeting agendas, attended 21 council meetings, transcribed and prepared meeting minutes, prepared 15 proclamations, emailed and digitized executed resolutions and ordinances, organized and attended the 2-day mayor and council retreat and annual budget retreat, attended the GMA District 13 meeting and GMCA Municipal Clerks Week at the state capitol, where the clerks were recognized with a proclamation from the governor for IIMC, attended the GMCA committee meetings and the GMCA Carl Vinson Institute Annual Clerks Conference. And as previously mentioned, we are in a process of interviewing candidates for the records position. I wanted to go back to the open records request item. During this past quarter, there were 739 open records received requests, 49 for the fire department, 418 for the police department, and 272 standard open records requests. I do want to state that back in March, when I came on board, there were 88 open records requests. That number has been cut in half. We've been working diligently trying to provide those informations to those who have requested open records. I understand the urgency for those of you who make those requests, but we are going through a process where we are organizing records and trying to get that information out to you. I will also say that there are a number of pending department response requests. We also have requests when the request is submitted to the clerk's office and it comes back with let me give you an example of 1,000 emails that turn up in the request from our IT department. And we notify the requester that there's 1,000 records that we need to go through before we respond to your request. Sometimes we hear back from the requester, and so it stalls. And then sometimes we tell the requester how much the cost is going to be. They don't respond. Or we tell them, and it's a back and forth of the amount, not understanding that when you ask for 2 years of emails and what you have to go through for those emails to make sure that some of the information does or does not need to be redacted, we need the requester to understand that is part of the open records law. And we need to make sure that we are not releasing confidential information. We are not releasing information there are investigations or pending litigation. So I just wanted to clarify that and speak to that on that. And as far as the records person coming in, we went on a tour. I had a vendor come out who does shredding, digitizing of records. We have a mountain to climb. The records have not been organized for a number of years, and so it is a task that we're ready to take on, but it's not going to be an overnight process. It was not an overnight process to accumulate all of those records, but we will work diligently to bring things in order. We will do things in phases, and thank you to my mayor and council for approving the position. I really appreciate that, and also for the department. Thank you, Mayor.
Clerk Holiday, I just have. See, I don't know if I could talk about it out here, but then y'all said we couldn't talk about certain stuff back there, so stop me, okay, if I can. No, so my question is, for instance, of course, people are gonna reach out to us when they have open records requests. And I don't think it came directly from you, but one person put in an open record request and the person who put it in was lied to. And so that nothing was on file, right, for that open record request. But that person had already had some information. So I just want to make sure, because I know this open record way before you, this was a problem way before you came, even when it comes to the raising of the fees. If we don't have anything to hide and we want to be as transparent as possible, it's no way someone's taking an hour or two maybe to fulfill the open record request, but then they get the fees saying that it's $2,000 to discourage them from wanting that. Like, nobody in Forest Park can afford to pay for something, some information that they should be privy to already. It should be no secret. So I just want to make sure we're not doing that. We're not raising the fees on information that we don't want people to have, because this is their community and they deserve to know. And I also want to make sure that we're being honest, because that kind of caught me off guard. Like, how do you send an open record request, fulfill it and say there's no information there, but then this person has information already? They just wanted to see. So I don't know if it was a test, but it was done. And I just want to make sure things are done the right way. I trust your leadership. I know you're absolutely amazing and things are turning around since you've been here. But again, this was way before you. So I just want to make sure we're being transparent with information that's being requested. So.
Thank you for your comment.
All right, thank you. City Manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll review the report, and thank you, Samaria, very much for this compiling of information and creating the report. The Economic Development Department welcomes to Forest Park Smoothie King at 4841 Jonesboro Road at Forest Square, and they're targeting an early December 2026 grand opening. Our Main Street manager, Cherise Clay, has been appointed to the Clayton County Chamber Young Professionals Advisory Board. So that will help bring additional exposure for Forest Park. And many of us attended the Downtown Development Authority Annual Strategic Retreat, where they really did discuss their future and what they wanted to do and how they could do it. So it was excellent. And the Forest Park Development Authority is also pleased to announce the sale of 794 Main Street to the Georgia Utility Contractors Association for the expansion of its headquarters and training facility. And a picture of it is right there. For the executive office, and for the city manager transition, the search has been finalized and I'm here today, so I think that's good. And we're working hard together to help move Forest Park forward. I get a little tongue-tied sometimes. Performance and program management, 100% of the departments have been reporting. And I can say from an intergovernmental standpoint that Pauline is working very hard to get me connected with all of the appropriate agencies and departments, from MARTA to Clayton County to other municipal organizations that can really help Forest Park be seen and heard and have our residents, your thoughts and concerns that are brought to council and council and the mayor's concerns addressed. For the finance department, they gave me a wonderful briefing, and thank you to Finance Director Wiggins and Deputy Director Patterson. Correct. Good. They have been implementing the OpenGov platform, and once that is fully implemented throughout the city, it will yield efficiencies that some of which hasn't even been noted yet. And they are, of course, completing the fiscal year-end closeout process and hopefully going from the year before audit with 56 findings, going down to 1 finding for last year's audit was an amazing feat. And they should be given credit for that. And so I can't help but think that if we're still left with 1, that is excellent. Procurement, Talisa has been working very hard and helping also instruct me on the procurement process. And we've welcomed her back into the capital improvement project for City Center, because we always need a keen eye of somebody that knows the rules and regulations to make sure that we always stay within them. Fire department, you can see 429 total incidents, 39 inspections completed, 366 EMS responses, and 11 open records requests. Of the EMS, 366, 2 for cardiac arrest, 58 for trauma, and in 5 instances, Narcan was used. For emergency management, canine update, 2 labs are in training. They've had a grant come in, and so they're working on grants. And the EOC, the Emergency Operations Center renovation, is underway. Human resources, the most important thing we always want to report. We have 13 open positions, new hires, 6 are in the interview process, and we've had 1 separate. So we are in the right direction to making sure we are fully staffed. Information technology, what I've learned over the past month, the amount of work that Josh and his staff have done over the past 5 years, taken us from a very insecure position, to put it lightly, to a very secure position, and they have standardized what we need to do in the city, especially on the first item, the network refresh every 5 years. Every year, 1/5 of our computers are upgraded, and 5 years is the cycle of obsolescence for most computers. And if there is hardware left over, it is looked to be donated once it's been cleaned, scrubbed, and sanitized of any city information to organizations that can use and need such equipment. The city center facility IT infrastructure planning, the EOC hardening, meaning that the Emergency Operations Center is protected should there be any problems or issues or threat. It's working with the fire department to establish a properly outfitted EOC that can offer continuous operation through emergency scenarios. They're auditing user software and users and software to make sure that all of our agreements are up to date. And most importantly, we're looking at cybersecurity training for all staff using computer-based training. And in some instances, employees will receive an email that is a training tool where if they click on a link or they do something like that, it indicates that they need additional training. It's another way to make sure that our computer system is safe and secure. And at the very bottom, an AI chatbot for employees. The IT department is working very hard. I know Planning and Community Development has one, HR will have one, to make those standard questions and questions and requests standardized. So there's not always the same question coming in 5 times a day, taking up that much more time. So our employees can look up the information they need. And eventually, in the future, once the council and mayor pass an AI policy, it's something we're going to look to be able to roll out to our residents, to be able to answer questions based on the approved policies and ordinances and code of the city. Municipal court, total citations received for July 911, total number of cases handled for July 4,066, citations disposed of 3,388, citations continued 460, and failures to appear 268. And the revenue summary is beneath that. Very healthy, and this goes to operate the not only municipal court but also the city itself. And on the right side, you can see when current court sessions are held. Planning and Community Development, 4 residential permits were issued, 7 commercial permits were issued for a total of 11, and total revenue brought in was a little less than $76,000. Thanks to City Council and the Mayor, the City Plaza Revitalization Playbook was adopted. Their PCD, as they're known, they're continuing the advancement of the city's development impact fee program, which is important because as their development and it impacts our roads and other resources provided by the city, we're looking to charge an impact in order to make sure we can maintain and improve those roads. And also PCD has advanced updates for sound amplification, peddlers, solicitors, licensing, uniform fee schedule, and public arts regulations. Police Department, you can see all of the statistics there. Number of traffic stops, 1,060, 400 citations issued, 753 warnings were issued. So our police department is, what I feel, doing the right thing and helping educate and not always coming down hard when they obviously probably could. And so total number of arrests, 163, 127 of which were for misdemeanors and 36 were felonies. Training, total training hours, 5,137. We're only as good as the amount of, our police department is only as good as the amount of training they receive, and that's excellent. And beneath that, you can see the amount of property and evidence that's held. Items still in evidence, 10,663. Next page is also Police Department Internal Affairs. There are 3 cases that are currently in process. Open records request process 32. The Criminal Investigation Division cases assigned 64, cleared by arrest 6, exceptionally cleared 1, unfounded 16, and no further leads 13. And background and recruitment, you know, we're still working on that. 10 senior police officer, 3 master police officer. Code compliance is still being listed under the police department until such time as we have a director and 1 staff assistant. Number of events for the Real-Time Crime Center, 273 requests for service, 210, and total number of drone flights, 271, and average response time, 14.34 seconds, and probably what everybody is concerned about, 911 calls, 1,362, non-emergency to the non-emergency number, 1,876, with an average response time of 59 seconds. Public Works, total staff 28, street swept 21, work orders 36, and fleet work 51. You can see that the clean sweep was held July 11th. The street sweeper had 3 days, 21 streets for 50.65 curb miles, 8.25 tons of trash were collected. 3 down trees were removed and grass was cut on 23 streets and potholes were addressed on 8 streets. Building maintenance had 36 work orders, as mentioned, and of course, most difficult for the Public Works Department and the city was the untimely loss of Tanya Thomas, whose picture you can see up there. drastically adversely affected the Public Works Department and the city as a whole. And I know all of council and the mayor expressed their deepest sympathy for her loss. Continuing on to Public Works, you get to see the sanitation division, the number of calls, the resident mist collection complaints, the number of trash pickups, 74 backdoor pickups, 10 were paid and 64 were disability. 200 litter bags collected at bus stops, parks, and right-of-ways. Grounds, 40 trash bags were removed from right-of-ways. Cut and groomed Star Park and Main Street city parks, 2 soccer fields, and in and around City Hall. And our fleet division, I won't go through that. Scheduled maintenance and unscheduled repairs are listed, and 1 accident. Key projects, Billy Park Playground is 90% complete. The Theater Park revitalization complete. Forest Parkway median landscaping 100% complete. TAP grant awarded $1.2 million for pedestrian bridge preliminary engineering. Recreation and leisure, daily passes overall, total revenue was $25,502. Senior activities, 11 community partners, 6 field trips, 1 community outreach, 2 special events, and most importantly to mention is Mayor Ellison, in partnership with the Forest Park Senior Center, hosted the So Sweet Ice Cream Social to celebrate the unveiling of the Senior Center's newest program, sewing classes. And it was very much a hit based on the number of calls that Recreation and Leisure have had to take a part of that. And lastly, just please stay informed and connect with us through One Click Forest Park or through any of the social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or email subscribe. Once again, thank you very much, Mayor.
Mr. Carl.
Yes.
He don't want me to call him Mr. Gefkin. He want me to call him Carl, but that's hard. I was raised halfway right. No, so I just had one question. When you were on the police department's thing, I brought it up a while ago as far as, and that's because for some reason people are always calling me about them getting stopped. And I always ask them, well, what did you do? You know? And so one of the things that we spoke about implementing was because for one, residents or people passing through, we're not truck drivers, right? So we don't get out and inspect our vehicle every time we get ready to get into our vehicle. And I just think a big part of community policing, because a lot of people say, well, they stopped me and said my tag light was out, or they stopped me and I was actually stopped and they said that they couldn't see my decal, that all you had to do was run my tag. So I think it's just a way to get, and not just our department, I think a lot of police departments do that, but I just want to make sure that, we're assisting them. And the numbers speak volumes, so I'm not, no disrespect there. The numbers speak volumes, but for instance, if someone gets pulled over and you're actually stopping them because their tail light is out, then how about giving them a gift card to go to AutoZone or something? That's community policing to me. Like, I'm just being honest. And I'm sure it won't happen often if we don't have a lot of people riding around with their tail lights out, so it won't cost a lot of money. But I just want the people to know that we are there to look out for them. We don't want to just issue citations. We want to also be able to help you.
Absolutely.
And I think that would be a way to help them. And I saw something about the Forest Parkway median.
Mhm.
Everybody that rides by there knows that's terrible for the amount of money that we paid. There's no flowers, it's just a few trees that they planted, and we paid almost $500,000, I think. So I just want us to go back and revisit that, because to me, it's not completed.
Okay.
It doesn't look like the median that we requested. And yeah, it's real basic, and our public works departments can do a lot better than what these people did for that amount of money. So thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right. Now we will move on to the public comments. That was quite a mouthful you had there.
He's been doing a lot. Believe me, he's been working. The public comments, Madam Clerk, please read the rules of procedures and decorum.
Section 2.1.7, Rules of Procedure and Decorum. Comments will be limited to a total of 3 minutes per speaker. 21 minutes are allotted in total. Members of the public are not allowed to participate in any debate or discussion conducted by the governing body members. All public comments must be limited to matters on the agenda or over which the governing body has jurisdiction. Matters outside the jurisdiction of the governing body include, but are not limited to, personnel matters such as disciplinary proceedings, grievances, evaluations, or pending appeals. Personnel matters are administrative in nature and shall be addressed via the city's established administrative policies and procedures. Each speaker must maintain a decorous demeanor and refrain from personal attacks upon members of the governing body or employees, shouting, and using obscene language. All questions and comments shall be directed to the presiding officer. Members of the governing body may respond to the comments during their closing comments if they desire. Thank you, Madam Mayor. Mayor.
Thank you. Our first public comment will be coming from Zach Parker.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, and Mr. Gefkin. My name is Zach Parker. Tonight, Council is considering a records retention resolution. It prohibits destroying public records outside the approved schedule and protects records connected to pending requests and investigations. I support it, but transparency is not proven by passing a resolution. It is proven by what happens when someone actually requests the records. Today, the police department told me that one request would require reviewing 22,784 reports, take 1,139 label hours, and cost $40,992. Let me be clear. I requested existing records. I did not ask the city to create a report or manually reconstruct history at my expense, and this is not isolated. My outstanding requests are now between 81 and 207 days old. The documented periods without substantiated responses have lasted between 104 and 124 days. One record request received 10 repetitious delays notices before the city produced that $41,000 estimate. Forest Park Watchdogs published its first episode on July 20th after Chris and I began publicly documenting the city's corruption, obstruction, and dishonesty. Months-old requests suddenly began receiving activity. Not necessarily meaningful responses, in several cases nonsense responses, but suddenly responses. On August 14th, 2 months-old requests moved within 22 minutes of each other. That happened less than a month after Forest Park Watchdogs began publishing. That timing matters. The city's own records will show that other people submitted similar requests to mine and received their records during the same periods when my records were being ignored, delayed, repeatedly questioned, or made prohibitively expensive. I have more than enough evidence to demonstrate the disparate treatment. I have the emails, portal history, submission dates, response dates, fee estimates, ignored replies, shifting explanations, and records showing what the city produced for other requesters. This is not new. The evidence shows that this pattern has repeated since 2022. Tonight's budget amendment adds $46,000 to the city's clerk salaries and reallocates $25,000 to overtime. More resources should produce measurable results. A public accounting of outstanding requests, firm completion dates, documented searches, rolling production, and practical low-cost narrowing options. It should not produce months of silence followed by enormous estimates that function as locked doors. Adopt the resolution, then prove it means something. Preserve every responsive email, text, message, portal records, search history, fee calculations, and internal communication record concerning my request. Publish the status of overdue requests, explain the documented differences in how requesters have been treated, and provide the records the public needs to verify the city's explanations. I've preserved my evidence and I am prepared to place it before court. Transparency cannot exist only on tonight's agenda like it always has. Actions have consequences, and so does silence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Okay, our next public comments will be coming from Christopher Kerr.
All right, good evening, everybody. Yeah, my name is Chris. I'm here to talk about I'm here to talk about Forest Park Day, the event that was held over this weekend. I want to thank Miss Wells for throwing a great event. You know, I had a good time. You know, it was organized, well run, and it was good for the neighborhood. It kind of reminded me of the 90s, you know, when the block parties and everything like that. So it was nice to have fun again. And I want to thank Mayor Ellis and Councilman Gutierrez for stopping by. You know, you guys aren't an urban myth. You guys actually come out to these events, and you know, it's nice talking to you guys. That matters. You know, don't hide from the public. Just you know, show yourself every once in a while. All right, now, okay, good on time. All right, now this next part, I can't believe I'm gonna say this publicly, but the Forest Park Police. All right, I can't stand the police here. I don't like the police in this town, but a job well done is a job well done. Chief Smith, you should be proud of your staff with the Forest Park Day event. You know, they did a great job with it. Everybody was walking around. They weren't on their phones or everything like that. The officers were friendly. They took the time to talk to us, and you know, yeah, we you know, I really appreciate that. So, you know, my hats off to you, you know, on that. You know, now today's Monday, but tomorrow I'm gonna go back to hating you guys, you know. So, but for today, today's your day. And you know, I want to end with a question to City Manager Carl Gefkin. You know, no, I'm not a big fan of yours because of your background. But I'll give you an opportunity to prove me wrong. I want you to make elaborate on why you decided to separate code enforcement from the police department. I actually like it. I always thought it was a conflict of interest to have, you know, that jumbled up together. But I would like to hear your comment or elaborate more on why you did that. All right, thank you. Mhm.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Mr. Dwayne Thomas.
Good evening, Mayor, Council members, City Manager. I also want to give kudos to Councilwoman Wells for a great event yesterday. You don't just talk about it, you put on for your city for real. So that was an amazing event. I came in as soon as I got off of work, and it was amazing to see. I seen almost every police officer out there, even Sergeant Daniels. I knew every officer was working. So it was good seeing you. Tonight, I want to talk about something bigger than personalities, politics, or past elections. I want to talk about fruit, service, and the future of Forest Park. Recently, comments were made from this dais about being careful who you partner with and know them people by your fruit. And I actually agree. So I invite you to examine my fruit. Look at the young men we've mentored. Look at the work we've done in our schools. Look at the families we assisted, the communities events we funded, the partnerships we built, and the countless hours of personal resources that I invested in Forest Park. There has also been statements concerning an alleged interaction between me and a young person. And I want to absolutely make this clear. That incident did not happen. This is not a matter of missing content, misunderstanding, or difference in interpretation. I did not roughhouse, mistreat, or improperly interact with anyone's child. I will not spend my 3 minutes going back and forth about that. My record of serving, mentoring, protecting, and investing in young people and families throughout this community speaks for itself, and I stand firmly behind that record. But there's a bigger issue here. What matters that's discussed in executive sessions are brought into a public council meeting, that should concern everyone, not because of who's involved, but because integrity, discretion, and respect for the responsibilities of public office matters. And the public service cannot become personal. You're a public official, should not be calling around telling other businesses not to partner or work with someone simply because you don't like them. No public official should be getting involved in personnel matters and asking the chief of police not to hire someone back. No public official should be trying to get business owners to that's invested in the city to shut down. No elected official should become so opposed to its constituents simply because that constituent ran against them and lost, and you're still mad at them. So even though I lost the election, I did not lose my right to serve this city. So I'm inviting everyone out this Saturday, August 22nd. I'm still putting on for the city like Councilwoman Wells. I'm doing a community outreach day from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We'll be giving out free household items. We have bounce houses, food trucks, gaming trucks. We're going to be out there. We're partnering with Answering the Bell. We're partnering with Danny Nagel. We're going out there and we're going to do it how we're supposed to do, not just sitting behind there. So rather I'm sitting behind there or standing here, I'm serving my community the way I should. So I ask you to come out. And we also have a service, a revival service out there from 5 to 6 p.m. I hope to see you all there. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Next person will be Melvin Bell.
Can't believe y'all got me going behind Thomas. Doing all that. I don't do this type of stuff, so I'm just gonna make it quick. My name is Melvin Bell. I am a community leader here in Forest Park. Over the past, 7, 8 years, I have donated. I challenge anybody to let me know who donated more money to this community than I did, as far as serving the community, with coaching, even when I didn't have any money. And then when my business started making money, I have did turkey drives where I fed hundreds of people out here in Star Park. Haircuts, hair braiding, Christmas giveaways, the whole 9 yards. I do it year in and year out. Again, I'm not a politician. I just come and I just serve my community. I'm from Forest Park. I went to elementary, middle school, and high school out here. So that's my connection. That's why I want to give back to Forest Park. A lot of this stuff is the point I want to get to today. Is a lot of this stuff is a mess. As far as what I'm seeing, what's going on in my community, it's divided. It has so many issues to the point where it makes me not want to work in Forest Park anymore. It makes me want to take my turkey giveaways and feeding the community and back to school events and Christmas drives and take it somewhere else. Because as a community leader and as a sponsor and as someone that donates things, I should not feel like I have to pick sides on who I work with, because I am not a politician. I am here for the people. I don't need votes. So when I come to give to my community out the kindness of my heart, the money that I make in other counties and other parts of the world, and I bring it back here to Forest Park, I shouldn't have to make a decision, well, if I work with this person, I can't work with this person. My services is for everyone to use. I am a vessel for everyone to use. And again, I'm not a politician. I don't want to be long up here or even use the whole 3 minutes, but I'm just a kid from Forest Park that want Forest Park to get back to Forest Park so I can do great things for Forest Park. And if I can't do great things in Forest Park without feeling like my business is being threatened in some type of way, or if I pick this side over this side, something bad may happen to me, I would just take my business and my partners that I got behind me, and we would just go elsewhere to do the business, because each town, county, whatever, they are begging for people like me and like my partners to come and serve there, where they get all these great and free things for their community. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's say it.
All right, that was the last of the public comments. We will now move on to the consent agenda. Is there anything the governing body wishes to add or delete from the consent agenda? If not, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Go move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is carried. We'll move on to old business. Council consideration to enter into a contract with NCB Incorporated for grant administration. Is there any discussion? Is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion's carried. Move on to new business, council approval of an ordinance amending certain department names and establishing the office of the city clerk as a separate department. Is there a motion to approve this ordinance?
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. The next item is council consideration to approve the FY 26-27 budget amendment number 6. Is there a motion to approve?
So move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The motion is carried. That is the end of our items. We will now move on to our closing comments by the governing body. Start with Councilwoman James.
I'll pass.
So no comments?
I'll pass. I'll come at the end.
Councilwoman Gunn?
Yes, I was waiting for, slides. Do we have them?
Yeah, second, since we skipped, Council.
All right. I want to thank everybody, for, your calls, text messages, words of encouragement and your prayers. Thank you. They were greatly needed and received. And so you guys, we are moving into another year for our Forest Park Safety Day. That is going to commence Saturday, September the 19th, 2026 between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. This is going to take place at our Forest Park Senior Center at 5087 Park Avenue. We're looking to release this year safety door locks and some other giveaways. There are blood pressure checks. I'm excited about our police department and our fire department that will be on hand to assist in this day of just safety, different measures for you to look at from your home and from medical perspectives. Also, we have vendors that will be coming in. So looking forward to seeing you Saturday. That will be September the 19th, 2026. Also, the food pantry is continuously moving forth. We have some amazing people in our community. This is commenced on the second Monday of every month from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. And that is at 4981 Phillips Drive, Forest Park, Georgia. You guys also tap into Liberty on Main Street, and also Michael Clinsdale. He does an amazing job. And so you guys, we've got great partners in the city that is here to serve and to assist. And I'm excited about these places that you have. Pay attention to the small print. Some things now are being asked, such as your ID. Some people are asking for forms and stuff. And that's for them to come in and to go into those areas where they pick up these products. The more forms they have, the more items they have assets. They have assets to bring back to the community to give away. Next slide. No more slides? All right, thank you. I don't have the dates up here and I need the flyers to commence with those that I did turn in. So you guys just pay attention to our Forest Park page and also social media platforms. I'll be placing those. We have 2 events that are to take place. One is going to be at 1000 Main Street. And these are community events to serve you for employment. And there are initiatives that over at 1000 Main Street, they're doing trainings. That's with phlebotomy, I think HVAC, flaggers, and there was something else, but these are great programs they have established for you. I'm so sorry we don't have the flyer for you, but you guys pay attention to social media, social media pages, and also to our Forest Park pages. There's another initiative, and I don't have the name to it, but we're going to make sure you have access to this. to those two events that are coming up. God bless you. May His grace cover you. You guys have a safe turn to your family, and your home.
I just want to tell you, Councilwoman Gardner, I'm really proud of you. I think you have had a lot of meaningful events, and every time I see them, I just get happy. Because that seat I feel like wasn't doing a lot for a while. So good job. Everybody, we are having a back to school event at the end of the month. I know we're already in school, but some people might need some more things. So we're hosting it in our ward, in Ward 3 over there in front of my good friend Miss Victoria Williams' business. And it'll be on Jonesboro Road, 4609. So if you know where the Advanced Auto Part is, it's right there, right across that little plaza. So we'll have different partners, different giveaways, and just good fun in the community. So I like bringing this on my side of town, on the north side, so you can enjoy it. It's open, of course, to anybody in Forest Park, but just closer for the community in case they want to walk over there. I want to thank all the public comments that happened today. This is how we fix things, and just thank you. Shout out to Melvin, man. I really, it hurts me that you feel that way, man, because I've seen your work firsthand. Not just at the park, but in our schools. You brought some experiences to our schools that some of these kids, like even me growing up being a wrestling fan, I never got to go to a show, and you bring those things to the community. And I just, I'm sad you feel that way. I don't want that to get in the way of your involvement and you giving back to your community. You inspire a lot of youngins to, grow up and be like you. So I hope that, we can work on that and how you feel. And I appreciate you coming up there and just bringing it up to us. Mr. Thomas, I'm gonna try to make it out to your event on Saturday for a little bit, at least to say what's up. It's my daughter's birthday, so she has me being her servant for the day. It's like anytime it's my daughter's birthday, it's like a week, a month. It's just like her everything. So I only got one child, so I guess I gotta spoil her. But that's that for me. Thank you, Mr. Parker. Thank you, Chris. I got an opportunity to talk to the Watchdogs. I felt like I was talking to somebody famous because I watched their YouTube channel. So it was dope to see y'all out there, and also recognizing, the good things we got going on. Not everything is bad in Forest Park. But I also appreciate you shouting out the things that we need to work on and improve. So thank you for that. Forest Park Day, yo, Councilwoman Wells, not just you, but your whole team that was out there. I know Melvin was part of some of the partners there, but it was just beautiful to see all the community out there with the tents from all ages and all generations of people from Forest Park. They're just having fun and singing. And I can't dance a lot, but I was trying to keep up with some of the cool hip new dances. But it was really nice to see that and how everybody was just enjoying themselves in happiness, and our park just filled with people. So congratulations on that. I know that it keeps getting bigger every year, and it makes me happy that our community has access to live entertainment like that, and they don't got to go to the north side or the Stockbridge's nice amphitheater. We can do it here at the park, and it's only going to get better once we fix this park. City manager, thank you for that thorough report. I remember, me after your interview saying, "Man, he's long-winded." So you put me to the test today, but everything was on point, and you make sure you highlight everybody. So I appreciate that, and congratulations to Ms. Sharice from Economic Development being named to that young board, that young people. So it's always nice to see the youngins represent Clayton County and Forest Park. I think that's it for me. Thank you, everybody. If you need anything, please reach out. And thank you to our staff. Of course, we got Food Truck Friday coming up. Andre's idea, since there's a new Doom movie coming out for the Avengers, we're gonna be leading you up into that because Andre and Tanisha keep me on point on being hip and cool. So we're also gonna be investing in a new popcorn machine because I heard some complaints about the popcorn machine. So the new popcorn machine is coming, but we're leading you up into the Avengers new movie dropping in December. So come out to Food Truck Friday, eat some free popcorn, and enjoy the community with us at Councilwoman Guns' park over there in Billy. And of course, I'm excited about our beautification. We keep racking them. So I don't know if it's us just showing you that sign with those kids cleaning up or what, but we have gotten like 3 or 4 more new adopted roads. So make sure, Watchdogs, if y'all want to adopt a road, you're more than welcome to. Anybody that wants to adopt the road, we will put a sign out there for you if you keep it clean for us. We got the bags, we got the vests, we got the little trash sticks that the kids like to play as swords, but they're used for picking up trash. We got those for you too. So, yep, I think that's it for me. Thank you everybody for coming. I can't believe that it's 7:50. I think I'm just still in awe.
So I might sound like Mr. Gibson a
Wells.
little bit.
Hold one second.
oh,
You
go ahead.
guys, Ms. Holiday and to our, Ms. Tanisha, Ms. Andre, I'm so sorry. That's my oversight. I wanted to make sure I corrected that. It's sitting in my draft.
We were looking for.
No, I do apologize, you guys. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Oh, man. So first, yes, piggyback off of Councilman Gutierrez's sentiment, Mr. Gefkin, look, and everybody know I'm transparent. I told Mr. Gefkin, you are not my first choice, but you are my choice right now. And I just really am thankful for you being here. I appreciate your transparency and holding people accountable and just listening and making the initiative to correct things like that is so important. And I'm truly grateful for you being here and me getting this note. Like, this was my little note that he had up here. So I'm gonna take it and let my mom sign it. I'll bring it back to you tomorrow. But I love it. Like, you had me laughing as soon as I come in. It kind of breaks the ice, so thank you for that. Mr. Zach and Mr. Chris, Officer Thomas, I just want to reply, Melvin Bell, to everyone's comments, Zach and Chris. I see Zach is gone, but thank you all so much. Like, I think I came down, my brother who lives in Fayetteville sent me a video that you all had posted. I hadn't even seen it. He's like, what are you doing in the wrestling ring? Like, what are you doing pushing Councilman Mears? And I thought it was hilarious. And I told you, like, I'm open to constructive criticism. It comes with the territory. It does not bother me, but it made my day to see you all at Forest Park Day, and nothing but good things to say. I really enjoyed you all being there. Thank you for being there. And just know that I'm one person. So of course I can't fix all of the problems, but I will speak on them. I will not be silent. I will speak. I hear you. I hear what you all are saying, and hopefully we can get things rectified and taken care of. Officer Thomas, thank you so much for your comments. It looks like he's gone too. I don't feel like anybody has the right to run. The lady who they have running against me was at Forest Park Day, and first thing I did was walk up to her and hug her. I don't care. Everybody can run. If you're doing what you know you're supposed to do and people just don't like you, so they want to find somebody to run against you, that's their prerogative. But I don't hate you because you're running against me. And I'm not going to hate you because you deal with this council member and I don't care for them, or this person and I don't care for them. That's personal. We are put here to serve all people. And so we need to put our personal feelings aside, and that's what this say. Quit taking it personally, please. That's what Mr. Gefkin put on the dice up here for me, and that's what I'm trying my best to do and focus on what I was elected to do. So Melvin, I am so sorry that you're having to get pulled into politics, because this is what some people are known to do. That's why Officer Thomas is going through what he's going through. That's why Chief Chris is going through what he's going through. And I hate for someone from Forest Park that grew up here, just like myself, we're just kids from Forest Park. That's what we said at Forest Park Day. And we just want to give back to our community. But unfortunately, you have people that aren't from Forest Park that won't have the same passion as us. Not saying that all people, because Councilman Gutierrez does an amazing job. And I don't feel like he's political, So I apologize that people are trying to make you pick and choose who you support. And the only thing you want to do is give back to your community. So I truly say thank you for being one of the premium vendors and supporters at Forest Park Day, for getting your partners and Danny Nagel, a huge sponsor, involved, and y'all doing what y'all do for our community. We've been here since elementary school, so it's different. But it really hurts me for you to have to come up here because one individual want to drag you into politics and want you to pick and choose. It's not fair to him. It's not fair to our community. It's not fair to Officer Thomas because he decided he wanted to run. It's over. Like, let it go and let's focus on what we need to focus on. We spend too much time on petty stuff. And that's why we are what we are now. You know? So thank y'all for your comments. I appreciate you all. Hopefully this won't continue. Hopefully politicians won't bring you all into politics when you're just trying to do what you need to do for our community. I appreciate you so much, Melvin. And also, out of all of these years, we've never had any issues about the wrestling match. He brings that wrestling match. They do an amazing job. The kids love it. The adults love it. And then this morning, I get an email from the state of Georgia. So somebody decided they wanted to find something wrong with Forest Park Day. So that's what they did. They reached out to the state of Georgia to say that the wrestling match shouldn't have been going on because there was no permit and there was no but it did. It went on. And it was amazing. So whoever thought that you were going to stop something, you didn't. Forest Park Day was absolutely amazing. Here are some of the pictures from Forest Park Day. This is what it's about. It's about bringing the people together, them enjoying their community. These are the people that we were elected to serve, their families, their friends. People come from all over to support our community day. Look at all those people with maybe one minor incident that I'm aware of. And Forest Park, when I say Forest Park Police Department was out there, they were out there. So that was rectified quickly. And that wasn't even nobody from Forest Park. You know, so why you want to complain? We don't have these issues. That was the first incident and Forest Park Police Department took care of it. But look at that crowd with no incidents. That's bringing money to our community, fun to our community, togetherness to our community, and you still find people complaining about the trash. It was an event with that amount of people. And we getting emails and TikTok stuff. Oh, what Forest Park doing? Is all this trash is on. Well, what do you think is going to happen when you have that many people in one place? You know, that's going to happen. Trash is normal and it's okay. Your neighbor probably got more trash in their yard. So yes, thank you to everybody, Danny Nagel, the council aides, everybody that had something to do with that event, Melvin Bell, I appreciate you all so, so much. This Friday, we have Fun Friday from 7 to 11. We have something for the soul, an amazing band. We have vendors and everybody out there. I just like to bring our community together and on a positive note and just enjoy your community. So that is this Friday, again at 7. And I also want to, again, thank for Danny Nagel, our police department. Amazing job. Thank you, Deputy Chief Smith, for your leadership and everything that the officers did out there. And Officer Daniels, it was so funny. He came up to me, he said, am I going to get to hear you sing tonight? I said, I'm going to be waiting. But you all weren't problematic. Everybody complains about how our police officers are, but you all were there. You were present. You made your presence known, and you were amazing. So thank you all so much for being there. Javon and Kwame, our public PIO officers, thank you so much for capturing the moment. These are moments that people will remember forever. All of our events, not just this one. The job fair, I don't know if you all have those pictures up there, but the job fair was absolutely amazing. A lot of people got jobs, they have interviews going on, reaching out to me. Thank you to the Economic Development Department. Thank you, Mayor, Mr. Carr, for being there. Like, it was a huge success. So I appreciate everyone that was involved in that. And the men and women of the fire department, thank you so much for always showing up to these events and supporting our community. I really, really, really appreciate you. And I think that is it. And I will say this, because I did hear one other thing. Councilwoman Wells, you do this and you did it. I want people to know this one thing about me. I am Latresa Shante Akins Wells before I'm Councilwoman Wells. So I'm always going to be who God called me to be and not who people want me to be. So although you see me in my regular life, because I have one, this is not my life. It's a part of it. I'm going to be me. And it's okay if you don't like it, but I am who God called me to be. And so again, thank you all. Y'all have a blessed night. Chat you and connect. Y'all see the flyer. Please be there. Tell a neighbor, tell a friend, as well as the community closet. Like, we're just continuing to give back to our community, and that's just what it is. God bless you all. Have a good night.
Well, I won't make mine short and sweet. It was something to see Saturday. It was hot, real hot. I was sort of raised on a farm, and I don't know if probably nobody in here's ever picked tobacco, but you talking about a hot day now. Whoo, man, I'm telling you, tobacco's hot. Yes, Saturday was hot too, I'm telling you. So I think it was a good event. I think that there was a good crowd there, and I had to come in late on the books giveaway and stuff. My wife worked at BAB for about 29 years, and she kept impressing on me that there was a lot of children that couldn't come to the other book giveaways. And so I just went ahead and got some stuff and took it over there to them for the people that couldn't get out or don't have parents or something to take care of them. And that was my good deed for the day. I thank y'all for being here.
And let me say this, because I was getting ready to leave Forest Park Day, so I always go out there early and then I leave and come back and leave. And I was headed to my car and I saw Councilman Mears and his wife. I said, "Oh, baby, I can't go nowhere." Because what in the world? So I really appreciate you and Councilman Gutierrez for coming out there, making your presence known. Like, that meant so much to me to see you out there, Mears. And we sat and talked for a long. I'm like, Mears, it's hot, you know. But I enjoyed y'all. Thank you so much for that.
Well, I enjoyed it, and it does you good to get out and see everybody, have a good time, even though it was real warm. And of course, we had to go take a bath after that. Everybody knows that. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Okay, you ready, Councilman
Yes,
James?
yes. So I want to remind everyone of the ward meeting that takes place this Thursday at 5 o'clock at the Hartsville Community Center. We will have dinner, and the dessert will be sponsored by Miss Victoria Williams. She will be presenting some awards to some people. So that's every third Thursday. We host that meeting for you all. Also want you to save the date, mark your calendar for October 17th. That is going to be the homecoming. And we are going to have the theme breast cancer awareness. So I do want to make comments on those that made comments. First of all, Mr. Bell, Melvin Bell, answer the bell. We know you by your signature. I really appreciate your comments, and we definitely know you do a lot in our community, a lot in our schools, and we definitely are supportive of you and supportive of whatever you want to do in our community. So thank you so much for that. Also want to say to Mr. Thomas, he's not here, but I don't have anything personal against you at all. I have anyone that wants to run has an opportunity to run. I think that there was some misinformation that was sent out early on about me asking that you not be rehired. And I've stated that once before, and I'll state it again. That is not true. I had nothing to do with that. I have nothing against you personally. The only thing that I will say is that when you mischaracterize someone's name and say things that are not true, it is something that you do have to sometimes defend. Oftentimes, I don't defend it. I don't talk back because most of the people know who I am and know what I stand for. So I don't often have to defend myself. But I will just say that I have nothing personal against you at all. I wish you the very best. And you have not been the only person that have run in this seat. Matter of fact, when I first won this seat, there was some things that were said about me. You can actually look it up. You can search and find it. The allegations and things that was said about me when I won the seat. But I have nothing but love in my heart. I don't have any animosity or hate or what have you. I don't even think about people like that. I mean, really, I mean, it's just not. I mean, you're not on my mind, so I'm, you know, I just don't get it. But there is some defamatory statements that are out there that speaks of my character and the things that I have said or done. That is not true. Absolutely not true. I'll keep saying it over and over again, but you know, people are going to believe whatever they want to believe. And I can't help that. Only thing I can do is speak the truth. And hope that you receive that. So I do welcome your comments or what have you, but again, I stand by the things that I've said. And I stand by the things that I have not said. So as far as Mr. Parker is concerned, thank you so much for your due diligence. I know that there's a reason why things are the way they are. I don't know all the in and outs of what is it called? Open records. But I know we have someone that's experienced, that has won state, been awarded state, state recognized in our clerk that we have. So we have hired some of the best people to represent our city. I know our new city manager comes highly qualified, and he will be able to, Mr. Chris, I think you had a question. He'll be able to talk to you about the separation of code and police and what his recommendations are. And so we're leaning on the expertise that we have hired to help us to go forward. And I will say about my colleagues, and by the way, my granddaughter had a fever of a 102, and she ended up having to go to the hospital, but she's good now. She had a little infection and whatever, so she's good. But I want to say to my colleagues, each one of us have unique things that we bring to the city. Each individual one of us have different things that we do. And so there is no little I or big U in any of that. And so I applaud all of the work that my colleagues have do in their own respective areas. It's meaningful. So it may be little to some or big to some or whatever the case may be, but it's meaningful. So I am congratulating all of my colleagues on all the things that they do and what we continue to do for our city, and we continue to move our city forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will be brief. I think due to the Labor Day week, the first week in September, the meeting will be held on that Tuesday, 9/8 instead of Labor Day. So just so you have it on your calendars. Again, kudos to Councilwoman Wells. Fantastic Forest Park Day. It was great. It gets bigger every year. We're gonna have to widen the park. It was a great event, and we had people calling saying, I didn't know about it. I wanted to come. And it was very successful. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
Job fair, economic development, and Councilwoman Wells, fantastic. We had all those, about 30 employers and I guess 250 or so people that came through to talk with the employers, pass out their resumes, and I hope a lot of them got jobs because we had a lot of job openings. And I know we'll be doing that again, I hope soon, because that was very helpful and the community really enjoyed that as well. Clayton County Community Services, I have to thank them. They had a back to school drive, but their back to school drive, they had food, clothing. Fresh Hope was there with showers, and they had a trailer with a laundromat in it, so people that could come and get clothes. They could then go wash clothes, and then they could actually take a shower after all that heat. So it was a great event, and there were a lot of other vendors there too. But that just stood out to me because there's so many people that need it, and they were very happy to have a clean place to go and take a shower and stay as long as they wanted. I asked them if they had a time limit on how long they could stay in the shower. And they said, no, they can stay as long as they want because there's a little seat in there. They could actually come out of the shower and just sit down. I mean, it's just beautiful, a shower with dignity. So shout out to Fresh Hope for that, and the Clayton County Community Services Authority for putting on that great drive. I just have I do have one other thing. Prayer in the Park. I just wanted to mention that. Is that date September 19th as well? Okay, and what time is it?
12 to 3.
Okay, 12 to 3, Prayer in the Park. Forest Park Ministers Association will be at Star Park. and it's always a great affair. Please come out, and we'll share that time with Councilwoman Gunn, because she has an affair also on that day. So we'll be back and forth. Okay, but we'll be praying in both sessions. Okay, and one other thing, on August 30th at 3 o'clock at the Community Center on 696 Main Street, there will be a dedication ceremony. Senator Gail Davenport is going to honor Robert Daniel Lockhart, who is one of the original Rosetown families. And he will be, they'll be dedicating an intersection, State Route 138 Spur and State Route 3 in Jonesboro. But the dedication ceremony is going to be here in Forest Park because he is an original Forest Parker. He moved his family here in 1941. Of course, he is deceased now, but his family will be there to receive the resolution that will be given to his family, and then we'll be dedicating that intersection to Mr. Robert Daniel Clark. He was a very active member. He was actually the sponsor of our Forest Park Braves and a business manager of that organization as well. And one city of Forest Park named a field after him, Lockhart Field, and that field also will be dedicated again once the Forest Park Fountain High School, Fountain Elementary School, it was high school when I went there. Forest Park Elementary, once that construction is complete, we will be doing a monument in order of Lockhart Field as well, because that's where the Braves were playing. And that's where he'll be dedicated again. But just wanted to make sure everybody was aware, Sunday, August 30th at 3 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, if all hearts and minds are clear. Is there a motion to end the council meeting, the regular council session?
So moved.
I second.
Second. Okay, meeting adjourned. Thank you.
All right.